everybody watching this Facebook Live video or in the future watching this. My name is Sarah Ramos, and I am here to talk to you about Midnigh Texas, a new NBC show coming out July 24th, and my web series City Girl, which I wrote when I was 12 years old, as well as, whatever you want to talk about, your problems in your personal life. Whatever, you can pretty much trust me to give you really important advice. You have my attention and my intentions, and I'm very present here today with you. So just ask me whatever you want. Okay, let's go. Whatever, come on. Sorry, I just didn't see that the question was here. So Chloe Troya wants to know, did you film in Texas? Well, Chloe, no, we didn't film in Texas. I would have liked to. I'm just going to use these props as well. I would have loved to film in Texas, but we filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that was cool, too. I'd never been there before, and that's where they filmed Breaking Bad. Kevin Polizotto, hey. Sorry if that was offensive. Would you live in Midnigh Texas if it was a real place? I have to be honest with you. I would be terrified to live in Midnigh Texas. I would not be able to handle it. People are constantly in danger of dying or getting turned into a vampire, and then you have to live forever. So I, Sarah, don't think I would last like a day there, so probably not, no. Elsinore Hooven. I have a friend with the last name Hooven. Love it, girl. Or boy. I can't really tell. Elsinore. Okay, without giving away too much info, which character is my favorite? Obviously Creek. Lovell, my character, is the best one on the show. Excuse me. She's great, and she's fun. She doesn't have any powers. She's the only one in the show who doesn't have any powers. But my other favorite character is either Fiji, who's a witch, or Madonna, who runs the restaurant and is played by Kelly Stewart, and she's amazing. And she has secrets. Can't tell you anything else about her. Shauna Goldsmith, what made me decide to take on this role? Well, I thought it would be cool. I thought, wow, Creek, she's like a girl next door, but she's got attitude. And when I went in and auditioned, the director was like, I love your attitude. Like, can you do more of that? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. That will be easy. So that was great. They weren't like, can you be like sweeter? Although sometimes they ask me to do that, but, good amount. Great mix. Okay, Tanya Paddock. I'm not sure if you guys can, see your names on here. I guess you probably can. You don't need me to, read them. Sorry, Tanya. Okay. How closely will the show plots follow the books? Well, I only read the first book. Sorry, but Dylan Bruce, who plays Bobo, kind of spoiled everything for me anyway, so I know what happens, and it gets weird. And that happens kind of quickly in the first season. We're not waiting for the third season to get into the really crazy Midnigh Texas stuff. So our showrunner Monica Breen kind of mixed it up and took stuff from the later books, put it in the first season, and my character Creek leaves in the end of the first book, and she doesn't do that in the season, the series, the TV show. Okay, how is this going to be different from other horror shows? Well, you're sick of horror shows? I don't really understand the attitude coming at me on this question. I have to be honest with you, I don't watch any horror shows because they are too scary. I remember growing up, I was scared of, the X-Files, theme song. Like, if it started playing, I'd be like, I need to leave the room. And I would also be scared of, like, The Simpsons Halloween episodes. So this show is just gonna scare your pants off, and I think it's gonna be weirder than the other horror shows too, because none of these monsters or like supernatural characters are like the supernatural characters you've ever seen before. Like, I used to be really scared of vampires, so I knew that they, scared of garlic or couldn't see themselves in their reflection, and that's not even true with this vampire. It's like, you don't even know the rules of this. It's different. No spoilers, but can you tell us one of your favorite scenes? One of my favorite scenes? I'm trying to think. I didn't prepare an answer for that. Honestly, the only thing running through my mind is that I saw some lovely, but, she was filling up my feed, and she said she's going to be in class right now, so she can't watch this, but she was kind of trolling me, and she said, you can say the shower scene with Francois, and so that's the only thing that's coming to my mind right now, even though that I like, that wasn't my favorite scene to shoot, but like, because she put that in my head, that's the only thing I can think of right now, which makes me seem really weird. Okay. What is the deal with City Girl? Did you really write it when you were 12? Another girl with attitude over here, Caitlin. Yeah, what do you think? I'm just walking around telling everybody I wrote something when I was 12 when I didn't, when I just wrote it today? That would be weird. And you're weird for thinking that, Caitlin. Okay? But yeah, I did write it when I was 12. I guess, you know what? I'm sorry. I understand why you wouldn't get that, because it's about a woman who has headaches and goes to see a doctor. So I take it all back. But I did write it when I was 12, and I honestly don't remember writing it except for the fact that I wrote it for Reese Witherspoon to be in. But I don't know where, like, the migraine stuff came from. I don't know if there was, like, a migraine subplot in a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie or in, like, Lizzie McGuire or something, or if I got it from, like, Friends, because I, like, watched Friends, too. Yeah, I don't know. I really wanted to be an adult, though, so that's where I was going with that. Is there any advice we should get for when we watch Midnigh Texas? What? I guess you should, you should be prepared. You should go to the bathroom before you start watching the show, although there will be commercial breaks, so if you didn't end up having time to do that, you can do that during the commercial breaks. Otherwise, make sure that you don't have any appointments for the hour that it's going to be on, and then you should be set to enjoy yourself. Yeah. Does this have the same feel as True Blood? Cecilia, that is a really smart question. Sorry, I feel kind of crazy just like talking. There are other people in this room, and they're just like watching me talk. So for like on and on and on, just myself, and to a screen. Okay, I kind of feel like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror. Okay. It does have the same feel as True Blood. Because it's written by it's based on a book series written by the same author of True Blood, Charlaine Harris, who's a legend, an icon, a Texas lady herself with a freaky imagination, and she has a ton of really smart, obsessive fans. And so it does have the same feel as True Blood. It is on NBC. So, there's not as much nudity, but I definitely, I remember doing a shot where, I was wearing underwear, looking out a window, and they're, from behind. So, yep, look forward to that. Okay. We only have time for 3 more questions. Did Charlene Harris work on / visit the set? She did visit us multiple times. She was so sweet and nice. And she said people were excited that I was going to play Creek, which was really nice. And otherwise, she was, just a total professional and kind of like kept to herself. And I don't want to like bother her with, my thoughts on like the Kardashians or whatever. So loved her, and she did come, and she was great, and she has cute curly hair. If you could have any supernatural ability, what would it be? This is a funny question. We went to WonderCon, and they asked us this a lot, and I want you guys to like me, so I don't really want to tell you this, but I don't really like supernatural stuff. So I never watched it, watched anything like that. Like I said, I ran out of the room during the X-Files theme song. So I don't really have a good answer for this, but I do want to share a story, which is that after a long line of interviews at WonderCon, this interviewer asked me this question, and a bunch of people asked me already, and I was trying to give a good answer for everything and be imaginative. And I said, he said, what supernatural ability would you be? And I was like, I would be a witch so I could do anything I wanted. And then he was like, I was like, that was a great answer. Done. But then he was like, oh, really? Like what? And then I was like, set you on fire. And then, I didn't know. It got really weird. And I started laughing hysterically. Yep. But, so I'd be a witch and do whatever. Okay. Last question. Are you working on other projects? And was it difficult to transition from playing Hattie to now Creek? Wow. Stavros, smart question. I actually think it was a seamless transition from playing Hattie to Creek because Hattie, was a daughter. She was kind of, still in that phase of her life. And Creek, what Monica Breen told me from the beginning was that her arc on season 1 was going to be learning how to transition from being a daughter and a sister to being an independent woman. So it was actually pretty much a seamless transition, although I don't think Hattie would have been able to survive in Midnigh Texas either. And as for other projects, we're going to do something really fun for a season 2 of City Girl. You won't even believe it, because I didn't believe it when we came up with the idea. And I'm also I produce a podcast for Caroline Goldfarb, my BFF, who runs the Instagram official Sean Penn, for all your favorite funny celebrity stuff. And we had a podcast called This Week Had Me where we talked about bizarre celebrity news, like the fact that John Bon Jovi has a pasta sauce line called he has a pasta sauce line called Bon Giovi's. That's true. That's real. And Alyssa Milano, did a line of paper towel designs for Viva paper towels. We talked about all that stuff, and now we're going to make it into an internet show with Superlux, who made City Girl. So we're really excited about that, and it's coming soon. And that's all the time we have. I want to thank you guys for being present here with me today. I feel like this was a really spiritual experience for me personally. I know it was for you guys all at home. So, namaste.